I'm Yongyan, and today I'll be presenting to you an audio report on my thoughts of the module, as well as a review of my placement at JWT Shanghai. What I enjoyed most about the module was the content taught, the structure, and its method of delivery. With a good mixture of theoretical lessons and practical hands-on experiences, we are able to practice what we have learned, and the lecturer is able to directly address problems faced by students. I initially thought the module would focus mainly on finding an internship and then require us to write reports to document our experiences. However, this module is definitely beyond that. The lecturer has made an effort to guide students in their search for a placement that best suits them and has also imparted various tips for us in order to stand a better chance in securing a placement. For example, there are classes that taught us about the various types of CV available and how to market ourselves through personal branding to appeal to employers. Personal branding in this case may include talking to the interviewer about the competencies displayed during school projects. Moreover, I was taught to avoid passive language when writing our CV. One model which I find especially applicable when writing the CV is the STAR model. This framework ensures that our CV is not overly descriptive and that we provide evidence of the skills applied during work. Another way in which the module differs from my initial expectation is that lectures and seminars were largely driven by students while the lecturer acts as facilitator. Lectures were structured like a forum session, whereby students with varying level of knowledge about the job application process share their experiences to prepare other students on what to expect. There are also a number of simulations which gave us an insight of how assessment centers were conducted. Also, students were encouraged to ask questions regarding the issues they faced during interviews, which in turn benefited others as well. I'm now confident to say that I'm more prepared for the group assessments and other forms of assessments during the test center. There are some aspects which can be improved to make the module better and more appealing to students. Firstly, the module might consider inviting guest lecturers who can guide students on what they look out for in a CV or during an interview. Also, they can provide advice on the skills to develop in order to have a better chance in securing a placement or a graduate job. Secondly, the module may structure its classes such that students can also get to fulfill certain requirements of the Exeter Award, since some of the topics currently covered are similar to the programs taught by the career zone. By establishing a link with the award, it can encourage students to sign up for it and enhance their CV, which in turn improves its employability. Finally, I hope to see more hands-on practice in preparing for networking sessions. Although the lecturers has covered key skills in approaching such events, the module could do more by having workshops, whereby a mock session can take place, following which, lecturers can give their comments after reviewing the interactions between students. I believe that gaining connections is important, as it may allow candidates to have additional choices to choose from when carrying out their job search. Additionally, having a strong connection with key personnel may give applicants an edge over other candidates. The most beneficial content, in my opinion, is a session on commercial awareness. The latter plays an important role when applying for a job or placement. As mentioned in the lecture, many candidates clearly have no understanding of the company they are applying for, and this may put the employers off. Having a better understanding of the industry where your target company is situated allows you to assess whether your personality will fit in such an environment. In addition, it will allow you to write a compelling cover letter that directly addresses the company, thus improving your chances of getting an interview. Furthermore, such knowledge will allow candidates to display his commitment to the job and provides more opportunity to engage in an in-depth discussion during interviews. The wonderful thing is that all this can be easily done within an hour from searching relevant pages such as the company websites and recent news which the company is featured in. I did my placement in JWT Shanghai as a finance intern. The JWT Group is an established advertising agency who works with some of the biggest names in the consumer market. I've decided to work in such a company as a finance controller as I aspire to operate a company in the future. Through this placement, I hope to learn the business and pricing strategies used by the company and incorporate them into my business structure. Another reason why I've chosen to work in Shanghai is because the country is in the midst of experiencing rapid growth and increasing in its global presence. I want to use this placement to understand the country better and to establish connections with the locals. I was involved in a number of roles in the department, which included preparing documents for tax submission, posting data in the proper accounts, and also participated in a team that works on the monthly budget. At the same time, I was given notes and lessons on the local tax system. With no prior knowledge of how tax computation works, it was a steep learning curve to climb initially, but with proper guidance and self-study, I now have a better understanding of the local tax system. Throughout my placement, I was also given a chance to rotate among various roles and learn from different staff. This has given me an insight on how a large corporate works and on the importance of completing your assigned task on time, as this data will be compiled at the end of each month. Any delay in completing a task will delay the rest of the department. Working in JWT has therefore put my planning and organizing skills to the test. It is crucial for me to schedule my work in advance and to negotiate for extra time should there be multiple deadlines during the same week. The most valuable experience I've gained is the pricing models used by the company. Even though it is conceptually similar to what is taught in school, applying it is vastly different. I was personally involved in the process of accumulating costs in the various cost centers, followed by assigning them when pricing out projects. At the same time, such information is also useful when forming an opinion on the following month's budget. I also had the opportunity to attend meetings whereby customers negotiate with both the creative and finance department to agree on the final price of the advertisement. Such meetings are where we have to provide evidence to show customers how we derive these prices. It is also through such meetings like this where I get to exercise my communication skills. In order to convince customers that prices are set fairly, I had to summarize the data collected and then present it to them in the clearest way possible. My colleagues were initially skeptical about my abilities because most locals will only start looking for a placement during their final year. At the beginning, I was given simple tasks such as researching on the local tax structure and doing some data entry. Over time, however, my positive work attitude such as staying back late to complete a task has convinced my colleagues of my willingness to learn. And eventually, I was given and taught with more technical and complex tasks. In order to maintain such high trust relationship, I continued to ensure that my work was of high quality and mistakes were kept to the minimum. Through the use of the local social media WeChat, my colleagues and I maintain a close connection even till today. As mentioned earlier, I find the solid model especially useful in guiding my search for placement. Throughout my internship, I also monitored my improvements in the components set out in the test result. At the end of the placement, I can confidently say that I've improved in various skills, especially those that employers emphasize on when hiring graduates. Now that I'm equipped with a stronger set of skills and work experiences, I'm in a better position when interviewing for a job. Another theoretical framework that I find useful is the SWOT model. By combining the two models, it aids a better understanding of my strengths, weaknesses, and in identifying career opportunities. All this information could also be used when writing your CV and cover letters. For example, the strength that you identified through the SWOT analysis can be used to explain how you can contribute to the company. Having gone through the process of searching for a placement, one of the things I might have done differently is to identify interested job positions early and send in the necessary documents. Summer internships are very popular and therefore competitive. Henceforth, I highly recommend students to take a more proactive approach in their job search. To conclude, I acknowledge that a constant review is required throughout my career path. My perspective towards work will change constantly as I go through my final year and after hearing opinions from others. As for this module, I would say it is not for the faint-hearted. It will push you out of your comfort zone, especially when you're searching for a placement. It is very common for companies to not reply you even after sending your CV and cover letters. However, given a second chance, I'm confident to say that I would have taken up the module again. It has been a fulfilling experience, and I believe all business students will benefit from the materials taught. One final advice I hope to share is that students should make good use of the resources in the career zone. Not only are there many useful books available, there are also helpful staff who can help to review your CV and provide you with valuable career advice. Thank you.